Welcome to MarketVibes.ai. First of all, nothing here is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are for educational purposes only. I am using this software and I want to show people how I'm using it and how I'm using it for my own personal financial investment. However, you do you. This is for educational purposes only. So let's get started. This is the home screen of MarketVibes.ai. If you're not logged in and you come to the site, this is what you would see. You know, we only show the long-term mode for Bitcoin. And we have other markets like Indian indexes and US indexes. And we also have what I call high yield mode. If you click on this, basically you will be seeing major bullish and bearish momentums. But for that, you have to sign in. So if you click here, it's going to ask you to, sign in. Let's go to, because we are posting this video for the first time, let's go through this page and see, how it looks. So we have a back tested performance. This is basically just to look back. If you invested $1,000 3 years ago on this date, what your returns would look like, right? So it seems like around the buy and hold strategy would around be the same. But if you use 2x leverage, and which I'm going to show, what I mean by 2x leverage is if you are using American markets, there are tickers like BTCL, which helps you take 2x leverage on Bitcoin. And I'll show you the portfolio that we are building using that. But you could do this in basically any either Bitcoin or Ethereum or any American index as well. And I'll show you the tickers and so forth as we move forward. But this is like basically the page. We have a demo video that you can check it out to like just see how the software is used, the major features we have, and this is sort of our plan of like what we are doing. So let's just go ahead and log in with my account. So I'm going to just sign in. And the first page you see is, we're going to like click on the high yield mode and I'll explain what it means by high yield versus long yield. I'm interested in like optimizing my return, so I'm just going to select the high yield mode. On this page, you basically see, all major indexes that we support in Indian market, US markets, and for crypto, we only have Bitcoin and Ethereum for now, right? So what I would normally do is, just come to this page and see, whether I'm seeing green or red, right? If I'm seeing green, if you're already invested in something, there's nothing to do. So for example, I'm invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, US small cap, and Dow Jones. These are the four things that I'm invested in. And right now, because it's showing green, I'm going to do nothing, right? Unless I want to add more money, I'll probably just, use whatever like I want to invest in, and, just buy that index. But right now, because everything, is green and I'm already invested, I'm actually doing nothing. But I wanted to show you if it's showing green, that basically means the bullish momentum is going on. And anytime it shows you green, I would go ahead and basically just buy something if I have some cash available, right? So let's click on one chart as an example. So if I click on Bitcoin, you can see like basically around. I'm just like zooming in and out the chart around 21st April, around 88,000, wait, actually, no, here, around 19th April, around 85K, Bitcoin turned green, right? That basically means that, bullish momentum might be starting, right? And as you can see, like the price is currently around 107,000 and it's been green for a while, right? So like whole April, May, and now, midway June, we have been green. There is no bearish momentum that MarketVibes.ai has detected, which basically means anytime you came, if you want to invest, you can basically just say, hey, it's green, I'm going to get in, right? That's what I'm doing. Now, it might also be important to like see the long-term mode as well, right? Now, in long-term mode, if it doesn't see like serious momentum, it's going to just turn uncertain. And this is for a reason, like some people are only interested in getting into Bitcoin when it's like extreme green, right? Uh, like just get in when it's extreme green and just get out when it's extreme red and just don't worry about it, right? Just get in, get out, right? Uh, this is helpful when a big market correction happens and you just want to like, buy and hold for a long term, or you never want to sell. Some people actually never want to sell, right? But for this purpose of, like educational videos and my portfolio, I'm only going to show like high yield mode because that's what we are interested in right now. And as we move forward, maybe there comes a time when, looking at the long-term mode would be handy, and that's where we would go with it, right? So first of all, this is Bitcoin. If you see Ethereum, it's around the same story. In US markets, if you see Dow Jones, it's around the same story. It's actually turned 80 probably today. Yeah, 16th June, it actually, turned green, which basically means it's picking up again the bullish momentum. And then there is US small caps. Uh, is also 80, which basically means that today in that small, uptrend it had, it basically turned green again, right? So now, basically, as I said, like, anytime it's green, it's a go ahead signal, basically. And anytime it's red, it's basically an exit signal, right? And that's what I'm interpreting from, what I'm seeing at MarketVibes. So I created this portfolio. It's around $8,000. And this is what, again, not a financial advice. This is what I'm doing for my, investments using the software. And what I did is basically ETU, ETHU, and BTCL. These are the 2x ETFs available in US markets. So I took a bet on that. And then there is, you know, um, Dow Jones 2x, ETF. So I saw green on MarketVibes.ai. I think we started this portfolio around last week, Friday. So we started basically, saying, hey, this is green, we're gonna get in, and that's that. And then the last one is, Russell 2000, which has been also like, showing bullish momentum. So we got in. You can, I'll post this link of this portfolio if you want to check it out. You can, just basically follow us here and see what we are doing. We're going to keep this portfolio transparent throughout the process, throughout the series of like educational videos we're going to post. You can, basically use this software to just understand whether the market has bullish or bearish momentum. I can go through a couple of other examples as well. So, for example, NASDAQ, the whole tariff and Trump and everything just basically collapsed the market, right? And then we saw around April 7th, it went actually a little bit lower, but this was roughly around the bottom. So anyone who basically was able to detect using MarketVibes.ai can actually make some significant gains, using the software. And that's what we are trying to do. Like in our personal accounts, actually, I got into some options because they were very cheap around this area, right? Always keep in mind, anytime the market corrects a lot, there's a lot of fear. US has this one option of like going into 2 years trend, uh, not trend, sorry, 2 years options expiring after 2 years, and you can actually take advantage of that extreme green. So like you can see like this score is like 100, right? 100 is a rare opportunity. If you zoom in the chart, this happened around here when there were recession fears in 2022, happened during COVID. There was a 2019 correction in Nasdaq as well. So it has this historical pattern. Anytime there's like extreme green coming, is naturally just becoming like sort of a bottom. And you can apply these rules similarly to any market. Like, in Indian markets, we have Sensex, Nifty 50, and all these other indexes. And, if you want to take an example of like Sensex, right? You can see I see this chart as like a decent correction and then having a double bottom, and then it's turning green around, let's just say 17th April, right? And normally, if you see this chart, like there's a significant correction of few months, and then there is a reversal, somewhat like that here, somewhat like that here, This is 2021 recession fears. So it has a clear pattern of like, having a correction of 6 months, 8 months, something like that, and just like continuing, uptrend. So this can help you like spot long-term trends, using the software. Here's the portfolio that we have using the software only. All the decisions I've been making for myself, again, repeating, not a financial advice. For myself, that's like using the software because the software basically has like 500 years of data and multiple technical indicators. If you want to do the same thing using TradingView, which I do, it's very complicated. You can just see like there are just so many trend lines. Everyone wants to like change the trend line here and there. It becomes too complicated. And also, even if we figure it out, like whether it's a bullish or bearish momentum, like see how many indexes you have. How are you going to figure out like which one is bullish, which one is bearish, right? So you need a tool that simplifies that process. And this is why I love the overview page, right? You also are given like historical return simulator. So I can select like, okay, Sensex, if invested for 3 years, $1,000, you get converted in rupees if you're in India and so forth. And if you click on simulate, it's basically show like, okay, 84% would have been in return, in the historical performance using the software itself. And consistently in majority of the times, the software is basically beating the index itself, right? There could be time here and there, it may not, but we have a very high CAGR for the software. And as I said, like, if you include the data of every single index and crypto, it comes to the data of around 500 years. So we have back tested heavily with different time frames and so forth to optimize the results. Right. So this is our first educational video. What I want to do is, there's an alerts page, right? So if something changes here, if we find it exciting, we're going to add it to our portfolio. Obviously, if something turns bearish that we are invested in, we're going to exit out, and I'm going to like, put this as a sell on my portfolio. So we're going to play around with the software in this educational series. You can post your comments. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. I'll put all the links in the description. And thank you for watching.